Okay, guys, before we start tonight's Nightmare Fuel, we are doing a little McDonald's mukbang. McDonald's is actually better tonight, guys. So, if I'm about to get traumatized by this story, I at least deserve a fried chicken first. Okay, let's take a look at. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so hungry. Aren't you hungry, babe? Mmm. Oh my god, it's so good. Mm. And you also have a double cheeseburger here. Mmm. Have you read? Oh, this is good. Their double cheeseburger is actually good. Mmm. And my boyfriend is not eating, but he's gonna eat with me tonight, guys. And, you know, be my listener for the whole story tonight because it actually gets dark. Okay, it gets dark. Mm. I wonder how much is the franchise for McDonald's. Do you guys have any idea? I mean, I don't have the money yet. I'm just curious, you know. Mm. Mm. French fries. By the way, excuse me. By the way, our story tonight is not just a typical. I saw a ghost feet in my grandma's attic. It's nothing like that. It's actually real because it came from Reddit. And the story was shared by someone from London. So this is his experience, guys. Mmm, that's good. I like this one. Mmm. Mmm. So we actually ordered two burgers, 6 pieces of this one, and since it's a meal, we also added French fries, and then coffee float and iced coffee for my boyfriend. Amazing. Still hot. So it's actually better if you eat it hot. Okay. So, as per our storyteller tonight, this happened inside a heavily secured military facility in England. Okay. Like, hold on. Let me just eat this. Look at that. Juicy. Mmm. And my dog is asking for a bite of it. So let's give him. Okay, I think I'm good for now. I'm ready to talk about the story. So, as I said earlier, it happened in a secured military place in England, like layers of fences and security checkpoints, blast doors, armed patrols, the kind of place where absolutely nobody, I mean, nobody, is supposed to get in unnoticed. And yet, something did. Or maybe it never left. He actually worked, our storyteller, night shifts inside this highly secured military compound. The way he describes this place already sounds terrifying. Yeah, because during the day, it was packed. Like military personnel, contractors, government civilians everywhere. And there's constant movement, constant noise. But at night, it's dead silent. Like only 2 to 4 people inside this massive facility every night. And I need you to picture this properly because, you know, there's like big hallways, empty hallways. The smell of industrial air conditioning, as he described it, heavy steel doors, rooms filled with expensive classified equipment and monitors. So, rows and rows of monitors. This kind of cycle through security camera feeds every few seconds, then 10 seconds. Click. Another hallway. Click. Another room. Click. So it's like recording all the movement. And outside, rowing patrols circling the building at night. Now, this facility, as our storyteller told us, was practically impossible to break into. Okay? He says you either had the badge or you blew a hole in it. Okay? That already sounds like impossible and an opening of a horror movie. Right? So one night, there were only 3 of them on shift. Everything is normal until the entry control point, the ECP calls them. And I want you to take note of this because it gets mentioned most in the story. ECP. A motion alarm had gone off in one equipment rooms. he said. Now, normally that could mean nothing. A faulty sensor, maybe something foul, maybe electrical interference, but protocol is protocol. Someone has to physically go check. And of course, he said his supervisor sends him. Because horror stories always start with, hey, can you go investigate that word thing alone? I mean, absolutely not, right? If I was in his place, but he doesn't have a choice, guys. He's an employee. So he walks through this giant, empty facility by himself. And I don't know why, but military buildings at night are horrifying to me. Yeah, it is, right? I believe you believe so. Because they're too clean at night. They're too quiet. You know, those places where every footstep echoes just a little too long. Yeah. So he said he finally reaches the equipment room. Nothing there. So the alarm goes off, but nothing's there. No sound, no movement, no intruder. So he picks up the phone inside the room and calls his supervisor. And he said, nothing's here. Then he calls the ECP and asks, can you see me on the camera feed? And this is where the story goes from creepy to nightmare fuel. Because the ECP responds, we have two of you. Oh my god. Oh my god. Chills. Oh my god. I would have spiritually left my body immediately. Like, if that was said to me, what do you mean two of me? And apparently, our storyteller is calmer. Instead, he said, where do you see the other guy? Like, seriously, you asking this. He was not scared, guys. Because, of course, who would think something's there, right? Maybe they just did a prank on him. And the ECP says, at about your 5 o'clock. Meaning, it's behind him. Oh my god. Oh my god. I will literally run. I will. Okay. So he asked them to describe the figure. And they say about 6 feet tall. Wearing BDUs. Looks like a lifter. Now, if you don't know, BDUs are actually all military uniforms. And according to him, those uniforms have been phased out for 4 years earlier. So that means the person there was an employee before. So now there's someone, a 6-foot tall, military looking figure, and standing behind him, he said, wearing a uniform nobody even uses anymore. So he slowly turns around and points right there. And the ECP confirms it because they can see it in their cameras. And they said, yes, right there. But nothing's there. There's nothing. No person, no shadow, and no movement. Imagine knowing someone is standing behind you and other people can see them and you can't. Oh my god, that is demonic behavior, guys. So now what he did, he said He calls his supervisor and tells him to pull up the feed. And his supervisor says, "Who the F is that?" His supervisor, guys, even doesn't know. Okay, so now they know the ECP isn't joking. This thing is visible on camera. So our storyteller immediately bolts out of the room and slams the massive glass door shut behind him. And when he gets back to the operations floor, security forces are already there, armed, because his supervisor panicked enough to call them in. So the security forces escorts him back to the equipment room, our storyteller. 3 guys with M4 rifles, he said, and him with a Leatherman tool on his belt. So they reopened the room. Weapons drawn, clearing corners, checking equipment, searching everywhere. Nothing. The room is empty. Then suddenly the phone rang. And when he answered it, the ECP tells him motion alarms are now going off all over the facility. Not one room, not 2, the entire building. It really is kind of somehow like a movie, guys. Like rooms that had already been locked down, secured, sealed for the night, and this part genuinely freaks me out because these weren't Wi-Fi motion sensors. These were hardwired directly into the system. Separate circuits, no shared network, meaning it wasn't just a glitch. And there were over 30 alarms triggered. 30 alarms, including low sensitivity detectors, as per our storyteller, which means whatever triggered them had to be big, human sized, maybe bigger. So at this point, the entire base commands gets notified, as per our storyteller. The commander, his staff, everyone. Security forces spent the next hour and a half clearing the building. And they find nothing. Nothing. As per our storyteller, no intruder, no breach, no evidence. Oh my god. Just alarms going insane across a secure military facility after midnight. And here's the part that really stayed with me. Unfortunately, the camera feeds didn't record back then, so there was no footage to review later. But multiple supervisors saw the figure independently. And the alarm logs proved something physically moved through the building. So for the next 4 hours, as per our storyteller, they were trapped there, still working, still inside the facility, knowing something had apparently been walking around with them all night. I mean, absolutely. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna go home. I would have quit. But, well, they were trained. They're trained to, stay calm under pressure, so probably that's why he stayed. But yeah, anyways, the storyteller says one final detail in his story, and honestly, this might be the creepiest part of the entire story, because years later, he realized something. These weren't blurry, low quality cameras they installed in their facility. These cameras were crystal clear. It means you could supposedly count someone's eyelashes from 40 feet away. The cameras was his, you saw his face perfectly. But the other figure, its face couldn't be made out at all. Like the camera itself couldn't process it. And to this day, nobody knows what they saw. But it was scary, guys. I mean, just in that shift, if that happened to you, I'm gonna quit. That's it. It's gonna be my last day. Okay? So, actually, stories like this scare me more than traditional ghost stories because this wasn't one terrified person seeing something in the dark, right? Multiple trained military personnel saw it independently, and the alarms backed it up, the systems back it up. And if it was me, oh my god, right? It will really ruin me. I mean, I'm not gonna come in tomorrow if that's the case. Because why is it that it was wearing a clothes from 4 years earlier? Who or what was standing in their room? I mean, it's just so creepy, guys. So if you enjoyed tonight's story and our food, make sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you'll be updated with our recent story. This has been Nightly Goosebumps. I am Maria, and you have a good day. Bye!